Hi, Abby. I want to thank you for your post. I thought you had a lot of great information in your post, and I really liked how you used the auto mechanic situation as an example of a dual relationship, and how, as a counselor, you may have an auto mechanic that you have as a client, and if that um, client would overcharge you, you may not approach that. You may not question that because of the role you play in that person's life. And so I thought that was a good way of kind of bringing up the dual relationships and how some of those occur. I also liked your review of the discussion or the decision making model and how important that is in alongside the code of ethics, and using both of those when we're dealing with those dual relationships and establishing what type of relationship to have. And then your suggestions on mitigating the concerns with dual relationships by not living where you work. I really like that. I think that's a great way to kind of avoid some of the unavoidable dual relationships that you might run into, especially in like small rural towns and things like that. Establishing boundaries and sticking to them. I think this is a really good way to mitigate dual relationships. Remley and Hurley talk about that when like people know you are going to be a counselor, they may want you to counsel them. And I think that, sometimes when people hear, oh, you're going to be a counselor, that'd be great. I'd love you to counsel my son, my friend, and having those types of expectations, even though they may just be saying that as like a compliment, that we, as counselors, need to set those boundaries and stick to those. So so we can acknowledge, I appreciate that, but I'm not willing to, cross those lines. I want to keep our relationship the way it is and not blur those lines through a counselor-client relationship as well. So setting those boundaries and sticking to them. And then having people to help navigate those situations is also really important. I like how you pointed out the clients are already vulnerable, and so we put those boundaries in place to protect them, because ultimately that's our job. So I really appreciated your post, and I hope you have a great evening. Thank you.